my name is Ann Swab, and this is my presentation number 2 for Communications 2110, Professor Ivo Peterson. My presentation is nonverbal communication, and nonverbal communication includes gestures, touch, facial expressions, posture, body language, eye contact, can be symbols, can be dance, and it can be dress. And so today I'm going to talk about first gestures. There are many gestures that we can use to convey our feelings and emotions in the moment. You can use the winking of an eye to say as a flirtation. You can wink as a this is a joke between us. The wink can mean, well, several different things. It's just can be a playful thing, or it can be just a let's just keep it between us type of thing. Also, you have the gesture of shh. Everybody knows what this is from the time we're little tiny kids. All parents, shh means be quiet, and everybody knows that. My 4-year-old, he has a face that he makes that he says he's going to give his kids when he grows up, the face that when he's mad, and it's like a scowl type face. And of course when he does it, we all laugh, we think it's funny, but he thinks it's pretty serious. I think that he's probably learned that from his mom and dad, doing scowls when we're mad. So other gestures that you can use, facial expressions, would be a smile portrays when you're happy. Frowns, of course, portray when you're sad and or not happy. I have this picture of George W. Bush at the United Nations, and I don't know if you would consider that bored, frustrated, but it's definitely not a happy look. So that's a good gesture. Then you have gestures of flirtation. The girl flips her hair. She kind of looks out of the corner of her eye. There's a lot of different looks that can portray flirtation and interest in the opposite sex. And I think that that's just kind of an innate thing that we pick up on as human beings. We know when someone else is flirting with us or interested, so to speak. So that's another thing. Also, I read an article about from a marriage counselor about marriage, and he could tell from the very first meeting he'd have with a couple that he was counseling, and he could tell from the very first meeting that whether the couple would make it or not make it by rolling of the eyes. If one of the spouses would say something and the other spouse rolled their eyes, then chances are a lot not as great that they're going to make it, because the eye rolling portrays contempt. And do you have contempt for your spouse? Of course, you're not going to take your marriage seriously, I guess. But so that was one thing that he brought up in the article that I found very interesting, was the rolling of the eyes. I think another gesture can be when somebody is put on the defensive. They close off their body, do the folding of the arms, they cross their legs, they cross their ankles, and it's like they're just shutting down, they're closing off to you. They don't want to hear what you have to say, they don't want to be receptive to you. Also, another gesture in body language can be putting your hand over your head. It's like you're beating me over the head with this. I don't want to hear it anymore. There's a lot of body language gestures that people use without even realizing it, I think. And if we're perceptive and watch while we're talking, communicating with people, we can pick up on these gestures, and we know if somebody's bored, or if they're distracted, or if they're just having a bad day and trying to just make it better and pretend that they're not. But you can pick up on these things by just being perceptive. So that is my presentation. My bibliography, I guess, my verbal bibliography would be Wikipedia for body language. And then I have this book, You Can Learn to Speak, by Royal L. Garf. And it's an intensive course and book on how to speak and how to, your posture and your body language and your gestures you make with your hands and your dress and how to portray confidence while you're speaking. So hopefully that's helping me. And then I have just our textbook, Looking Out, Looking In. So those are my three bibliographies, my three references, and thank you very much.